politóloga, activista, feminista y especialista en estudios coloniales y postcoloniales. Françoise Vergès está presente en la 12ª edición de INDEX Artbook Fair. Thank you very much, Françoise, for this interview. So now you're going to share your knowledge on this colonial and feminist point of view. What it would be like, the things you're sharing?
Well, it will first to take decolonization very seriously. This is not just, like a word like that. It's a process. It's long. It's difficult. We are still, fighting for it. So that will be. And from a feminist point of view, will be that we have to think about decolonization and also depatriarchalization.
Do we need a new approach or a new concept, a new framework to understand colonialism after all this course that we've learned that we become independent countries, regionalized?
There is effectively, we have to think about this new moment. We have reach a certain hand of it, let's say, of a moment. Illusion are gone, and there is, hyper-imperialism. So effectively, we have to think, and also there is more poverty, more inequality, more wars. So I think we have to think about from this. How do we fight?
Things have changed. Actors that trigger these processes have changed. Who are those actors? Consumerism, perhaps?
Effectively, there is individualism very strongly. We have also to think about all the propaganda that goes through social networks that capture, young people's mind. It's also a source of course, of radical, of subversion, but it's also a source of individualism and also mental problem. So yes, we are facing, you got billionaire today, people with really the means to stronger and more powerful than state sometimes.
What's your opinion about artificial intelligence? It seems to be proposing a more dynamic and penetrating discourse.
Yes, it does, because it's in the end of a billionaire, and in fact, most of the reference, for instance, when you look at some of them, are Anglo-American reference, so it look like it's neutral and objective, but in fact it's based on the same ideology and the same sources, very Eurocentric.
The lack of strong institutions like the educational institution seem to reinforce this idea. Do you share that point of view?
Yes, I do, because in fact the attack on university or school or the content of what you're going to learn. For instance, we see the attack in the United States on the content in museum. So effectively, how to penetrate an institution that never really revolutionary, but nonetheless, because of the struggle, started to talk about slavery, racism, colonialism, and this is already too much. Yes, there is the culture has been always a site of struggle, and art and museum have always been, site of struggle.
What do you think about feminism in Latin America, and particularly in Mexico?
I think it's fantastic what's happening in Central and South America. Very strong feminists, very anti-racist, anti-imperialist, anti-patriarchal feminists. Really, there is a lot of incredible texts and literature coming from Central America. I read it in translation, unfortunately, but I'm very excited by what's happening.